Hey everyone, it's Marissa, your Usborne Books lady, and I am back with our top picks for middle and high schoolers for our Facebook party. And I have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to go really quickly, okay? I'm going to start with our fiction titles. We have a lot of fiction. I'm just going to give you just a sampling. So this is The Debt. This is one of our newer titles. This is actually the second book. The first one is called Catch the Zolt. And this is about a kid who, on his 15th birthday, finds out that his family has a generations-old debt to this organization in Italy that's sort of like the mafia, but they're not as nice. In fact, they're so not nice that they only refer to them as the debt. And he has to repay 6 debts to the debt, or else he will literally lose a pound of flesh. So each of the books is one repayment of his debts. Mina's Quest is this great girl powers series. It's the first book in the Roman Pony trilogy. It's about this girl that finds a pony, a brand new, like hours-old foal that's been abandoned on the beach, and she lives in. She decides to rescue the pony, so she saves the pony, and she lives in Roman-occupied Britain, so like ancient England, ancient Britain, and later, her and that pony have to work together to save her village when her village comes under attack from pirates. The Phoenix Files is one of my favorite series. This is about a kid whose parents have just gotten a divorce, and his mom got this new job, and she moves him to this town that the whole town is populated entirely by people that just work for this company. And as soon as he gets there, he starts thinking things aren't quite right there, and he makes these 2 new friends, and pretty soon they realize that they are going to have to save the whole world because the company has a plan to destroy the world and repopulate the world with their employees. So this is Choose Your Own Ever After series. This is a brand new series that just came out in January. There are 2 of these. This one is How to Get to Rio, and this is a choose your own adventure book. So you read for a little while, and then it says, you know, what should she do? Should she stay faithful to her old friends and go camping with them, or should she ditch them and go out with her new friend to this swanky new resort? And depending on what you decide, it changes the course of the story. So it's called How to Get to Rio because she has a crush on a guy named Rio. And the whole book is her trying to, like, you know, buddy up with this guy named Rio. So it's a little bit boy crazy. They spend most of the book boy chasing. But that's pretty much what I did in high school. Isn't that what you did in high school? I don't know. The Last 13 is a really great series. If you are looking for this in the catalog or on the website, be aware that it goes from 13 to 1. So 13 is the first book in the series, okay? So this is another We Have to Save the World series, but this is about a group of teenagers who are what's called dream walkers. They can control what happens in reality in their dreams. It's a really, really, really cool series. All right. Oh, and okay, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that one. All right, so now we're going to talk about our nonfiction titles, and Usborne is really, really, really well known for their nonfiction titles. So I'm just going to give you a real quick overview. Okay, so this is the Encyclopedia of World History, and we have 3 of these big encyclopedias. There's this one, there's geography, and there's science. And these are one of the biggest reasons that people host parties, because they want to get these for free. They're super popular. People do entire homeschooling curriculums just from these encyclopedias. Like, they just need to be in every class, in every home and in every classroom. They're amazing. They're also what's called internet linked. And what that means is that you can go to a website that we maintain that then has a bunch of different links. So each page will have a bunch of different links on this website about what's being addressed on this page to further your understanding about what's being addressed on those specific pages. So there's like almost limitless further exploration that you could do, because for every single one of these pages there's more links in it. And the other thing that I like about this one is that throughout the whole book, there's a timeline across the bottom of the book, so it really puts it into perspective in terms of when things happened. If you have a history buff, We have a lot of history books, a lot of books about wars, the different wars, especially the world wars. This one I like to talk about because it's about both of the world wars in one book, and it does a really great job of talking about how the treaty from the First World War and the conditions after the First World War ended, how they actually sort of set up the Second World War, and how the complications that resulted from the treaty from the First World War sort of led to the Second World War. It does a really, really, really great job of spanning all of that and giving it in a concise but still reliable way. This is the Illustrated Dictionary of Science. We have, this is actually 3 of our illustrated dictionaries in one binding: physics, chemistry, and biology. If you have kids who are going to be studying all 3 of these subjects in either high school or college, I would suggest just getting this combined volume because it will save you quite a bit of money, and it's a really, really, really useful resource to have. Likewise, if you have someone that needs a little help with math, the Illustrated Dictionary of Math, and we have a bunch of different variations of this, this is really worthwhile as well. And then we have a whole bunch of nonfiction that could be homework helpers, but I think that they're just sort of fun nonfiction. Things like Complete Book of Chess. If you have someone who either already plays chess and wants to learn some strategies or wants to learn how to play chess, this is a great book for them. Greek Myths and Legends. This is sort of like a book of who's who for Greek myth and legends, sort of. The Usborne stories from Shakespeare. This, I think, is enjoyable and is a good homework helper because it has rewritings, adaptations of all of these different Shakespeare plays: The Twelfth Night, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, Taming of the Shrew, The Tempest, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, The Merchant of Venice, As You Like It, and A Winter's Tale. But then in the back, it also has synopses of every single one of Shakespeare's plays. So that if you're like, oh, I can't remember what that one was about. I mean, they're not enough to like cheat. They're not Cliff's Notes, but they're enough to refresh your memory if you've forgotten what they're about. We have a surprising amount of art resources. So 2 of my favorites are Famous Artists. This one talks specifically about the artists and their life and times and what they did. And then Famous Paintings. This one is about the paintings. There's a page and it talks about the paintings and the conditions, the time at which they were drawn and what they mean and what they symbolize and things like that. And then finally, The Complete Book of the Microscope. I love this book. It has a ton of actual photographs of magnified images. It talks a lot, I mean, it talks about viruses, it talks about different like clothing materials and why they're used to make different types of clothing and things like that. It's just a really, really, really cool book that has a lot of really neat information in it. All right? So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask back at the Facebook event page. And if you liked this video and you would like more book reviews and videos, please like my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/booksbymarissa. And you can find these books and all of Usborne's nearly 2,000 titles at www.booksbymarissa.com. Thanks so much. Have a great day.